Hi there, this is Jeff, and I'm going to go over how to get the artwork ready for the 8-foot curved tabletop EasyTube display, also known as the tubular display. And to start off with, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the PDF template and I'm just going to drag it into Photoshop. And it's going to ask me a couple things before it opens. The first being the crop to, you want this to be set at media box. And then under the resolution, you want this to be set at 125 dpi. For the color mode, make sure this is set on CMYK, and then once you're done there, you can go ahead and click OK. What this is going to do is it's actually going to pull open the full-size template that you're going to use to do your artwork. And what I recommend is actually designing literally right on top of this template. Just keep the template its own separate layer, so on the right-hand side here, just keep it by itself, its own separate layer. And then you can go to File and Place and begin adding in all your design elements, like your logos, your pictures, and anything else. Now, when you're all done, you're actually going to either delete or hide the template layer. So on the left-hand side here, you can see there's a little I button, and you can either hide it or you can just, what I do is I just delete it all together. I just drag it into the trash can. So next, what you're gonna wanna do as you design is you want to keep in mind some of these different colors. So on the template here, you can see there's some dark blue that goes around the perimeter. And then there's also this yellow box. Now the dark blue around the perimeter is actually the bleed area. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and extend your background all the way to the very outer edge. Let's say your background is camouflage. You can go ahead and extend that all the way to the very outer edge. However, keep all your important information, any of your text, logos, or anything else that you want more centered and not cut off, more in this yellow box. This is the safe zone, the yellow box. So what I want to do now is I want to show you an example of some artwork that does fit the template really well, and that way you'll have a better understanding of what we're looking for. Okay, so here's an example of some artwork that fits the template really well, and I know that because if I go over to the artwork layer and I right click on it and I go to blending options, I can actually slide the opacity down, and you can actually see that the template layer is right underneath it. So this is a really helpful way of determining the position of your logos and all the other design elements in your artwork as it relates to the template. So you want to make sure that the logos and the text is within this yellow box, but the background extends all the way to the very outer edges of the bleed. So once I know that it's done properly, you can go ahead and click cancel to get back out. And then at this point, what you want to do is you want to zoom in so that you can inspect the resolution of your artwork. Make sure there's no pixelation. And what you can do is press Control and plus on a PC or Command and plus on a Mac. And you just simply zoom all the way in until about 1 inch equals 1 inch in real life. So here on the top, you can see here's 49 inches and here's 50 inches. So that's about 1 inch in real life on my screen. And what this allows me to do is take the navigator tool and you can start to comb around the entire design. And here's the logo, it's nice and crisp, the pictures look good, and you just want to do this throughout your artwork. Once you know that everything looks good and is high resolution, you can press Control and minus or Command and minus on a Mac and zoom all the way back out. Now you're ready to go ahead and save a copy of your working layered file. And what this is going to do is this is going to be the layered file that you can always revert back to make any edits or changes now or in the future. And you want to keep that handy in case you do. So at this point, you're ready to actually go ahead and delete that template layer we talked about. So you could just click the template layer and you can hide it. Or like I said, I usually just drag it and delete it. And now you have one more step before you're ready to go ahead and save it. What you want to do is you want to go to Layer and click Flatten Image. And what that's going to do is it's going to compress all those design layers together into just one final file, and this is going to make it more manageable to upload. And then also if you're using any fonts, maybe some special fonts that are on your machine, maybe they're not on our machine, and so we want to go ahead and make sure that what you see on your screen is the same thing we'll see on our screen, and by flattening that actually helps. So now you're ready to go ahead and save it, and to do that you go to File and you go to Save As, and at this point you can go ahead and save it as a PDF. Just make sure that it's a high resolution PDF. And this is going to be the proper file format. And from here, that's going to be the finished artwork. That's going to be the file that is used to print off of. If you have any questions, of course, let me know and I'll be happy to help. Thanks.